Happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. Gather round for a feast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Brian Anderson here. With me, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson. Joining us courtside is Allie LaForce. And now the opening lineup for Seattle. And it's Hendricks in at power forward. And it's Flash in at the two-guard spot. Grant, one thing these teams have in common, they are great at rebounding the basketball.
Oh, yes, they are. I mean, it'll be a battle down low. Boxing out is vital, and second chance points may just decide this game.
Here we go. And it's Seattle with the ball. Here's Reyes. Out to the right wing. Pass to Hendricks. Young with it. From downtown. Bennett with a rebound. Here's B. Flash, the pass to Bennett. They set the screen. Here's B. No good with the triple. Here's Hendricks. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Pass to T. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
The officials were right on top of that one.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
2 shots.
No good on that one. And he's good on the second. So it's the home team now. About a minute played here so far in the first. Fires from deep. And the basket by B.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It makes a difference for them if he can establish his three-point shot as a weapon.
Now here's Young. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open three, that's the key to efficient offense.
B, the pass to Banks. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the jump shot. Here's Hendricks. Pass to Reyes. Here's Willis. Here's Tompkins. And there's the rejection. Flash, the pass to Banks. And there it is for him.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Knocks it down from distance.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the three.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's B from behind the arc. The shot no good. Here's Tompkins. Here's Reyes. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. These are his first free throws of the game.
Shooting for Seattle, Reyes. 2 shots.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Here's B. Pass to Banks. And there's the screen. Seattle pulls it in.
Yeah, they made a lot of plays, and they were in it until the end. Just couldn't do enough to get the win.
And that is why coaches preach about the details. The margins in this league are razor thin.
Here's Banks, following the bucket by Seattle. First quarter of play, and just over 3.5 minutes in. Looking to win the run. It's rebounded by Reyes. Seattle leading by 3. Pass to Young. Here's Reyes. Here's Tompkins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From outside the arc. Keels pulls it in. Gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Pass to B. Puts up a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. He's got 6.
And far from the best shot, but all that matters is the end result. Somehow he sinks it.
Here's Tompkins. Keels pulls it in. Banks the pass to the prodigy. Here's B. He's got 6. Ooh, pops the J after a cagey pass fake. Give him 8.
Oh, man, he's feeling it this quarter. They should be looking to get him going every trip down the floor.
Pass to Reyes. There's the 3. He drops it from range.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Here's Gaines. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. They set a pick. Here's B. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Seattle, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control.
He's a living highlight reel.
Seriously, that could end up being one of the best dunks of the year. Impressive looks on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Got 50% of their shots to fall so far. They're 5 of 10.
Remaining in the first 2 minutes.
Pass to Mr. Clutch. There's a minute 54 left in the first quarter of the game. Seattle leading by 3. Here's Reyes. He's got 5. Willis, the pass to T. Here's Reyes. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And this will be his second trip to the free throw line.
Shooting for Seattle, Reyes. Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Both teams will make substitutions. And he makes both free throws. Here's B. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's B. A shot to stop the run. They get it back. Here's Mr. Clutch. And he goes in for the dunk.
And their offensive rebounding is such a strength for them when he's on the floor.
Yeah, he really helps them extend possessions, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Now here's Young. Coming in off a 14-point game last time out. Here's Ellis. Pass to Reyes. Clock at 6. No good on the triple. Trent from long range. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one. There's 42 seconds left to play in the first. Clark outside. Now here's Jackson. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Gone 7 of 14 and looking in control. Pass to Banks. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First team foul.
First trip to the line for him here.
At the line for 2, Banks.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Here's Clark. Last game for him, he picked up 10. Pass to Willis. 3 seconds left, and he comes up with a bucket.
Being opportunistic, just taking what the defense allows.
Yeah, if they aren't going to take away his space from mid-range, look, he's going to continue to shoot it.
Well, it's been a high-scoring, competitive game through the first quarter of play. Seattle out in front, up by 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And welcome back to our Turkey Day celebration of the NBA on 2K Sports. And guys, what's your take on Seattle so far?
Well, we've watched them force their way to the line, and it seems to be working so far.
Especially on the road, you want to come in aggressive. Let everyone in this arena know that you are here to play.
And it's B in at point. Pass to Banks. Grant, there are such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk with the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one drops, so now they lead by 1. Seattle's shooting has been great this game, 58%. And Seattle, looking at who they've got, we've got Jackson, and it's Clark in at the 1. Pass to Willis. And here's Young. Shot clock at 5. Tries it from the top of the key. Banks pulls it in. Shooting around 53%, a nice number. Here's Keels. Here's Gaines. Clark covers. His first shot attempt. Gains, no good. Seattle on offense. Pass to Clark. Back to Young. Launches a three. Gets it to go. That makes him 2 for 3 in this game. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
To the left wing. Here's Banks. He's got 9. Here's Mr. Clutch. Puts up a deep 3. Seattle pulls it in. Closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second. It's stolen. Here's Banks. His last outing, he had 24 points. Trent up top. Pass to Banks. Back to Trent. Here's Mr. Clutch. The prodigy passes to Keels. Here's Gaines. Clark grabs the board.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
To the right side. Here's Willis. And off the glass. That one's good. And now it's a 4-point Seattle lead. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
And that one didn't really go as planned. I mean, they made some unusual mistakes, but hey, a win is a win.
For this break, let's take a look at the teams that were the toughest to score against last year.
And what stuck out to me is how intense both of these teams were on D last season, neither giving up many points to opposing teams.
Here's B. In his last outing, he had 11 points. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Bennett. Five to shoot. Here's B. Give him 8. 2 open that time. They didn't look easy. B's got 10 points in the game. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. And here's Clark. Pass to Ellis. Here's Willis. Clark outside. Now here's Young. Takes a 3. B grabs the board. Here's Mr. Clutch. Guarded by Young. Mr. Clutch can't hit. For Seattle, they've gone 2 of 4 here in the second quarter. Young, the pass to Ellis. Now Clark. Pass to Jackson. There's the block. Trent against Young. Trent with it. Here's B. The three. He drains it. Made half his shots. He's 5 for 10 now.
Nice start for him beyond the arc. He's already hit 3 triples, and I'm pretty sure there's more to come.
Timeout,
And
timeout.
Seattle calls time here. And this NBA season, it's a marathon. We're about mile 5 of 26.
Right? So you have to pace yourself. Yes, you give it your all every night on the floor, but it's up to coaches to kind of monitor minutes, not wear their guys down.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. The home team on D. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Here's Reyes. And again, it's Seattle missing. Gone 3 for 7 here in the second quarter. Here's Banks. He's got 9. Here's the teardrop, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
At the line for your home team, Banks. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw is good. Here's Reyes. 7 points in the game. Pass to Ellis. Here's Hendricks. Here's Ellis. And again, it's Seattle missing. To the paint. Here's Mr. Clark. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Young, he's checked in for Ellis.
Third team foul. At the line for 1.
1 shot.
Number 2.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
Here's Reyes. Pass to Young. Here's Willis. Knocked loose. Shot clock at 6. And they turn it over. Stepped on the line that time.
For your home team, number 17. Team number 17.
Got 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Pass to Flash. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Seattle trails by 5. Here's Tompkins. Here's Hendricks. Five on the clock. To end the drought. Unable to get that one. Shooting the ball at 48% so far. Flash, the pass to B. Here's Flash. To the middle. Here's Bennett.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul. Fourth.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. And he sinks the second, and Seattle calls time here.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Good timeout if you ask me. They have the momentum, and coach wants to find a way to try and stop it.
And here we have last season's best free throw shooting teams.
They didn't give away any points at the free throw line, and that makes a head coach's life so much easier.
Seattle trails by 6. There's a minute 54 left to play in the second quarter. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Willis. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Willis has got 4 points this quarter. Gotten 4 of their first 9 shots to go here in the second. Flash, the pass to B. Here's Gaines. Drills it from deep. Gaines has got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Outside Young for 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Young's got 8 points.
Shut out from beyond the arc in the first quarter. He's now got 2 for the game.
Here's Flash. His last outing, he had 20. Here's B. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Freak passes to Reyes to the left side wing. Here's Tompkins. Pass to Reyes. Here's Hendricks. Got it. Makes him 4 for 6 from the floor.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Gone 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. Flash, the pass to Banks. Here's Flash. 15 seconds left in the half. Fires in the triple. He's got 18.
I just love the ball movement.
Here's Hendricks. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. They lead by 5. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
And thank you for joining us, as with 2 quarters in the books, it's looking good.
Without the points they've gotten off the bench, this game wouldn't be as close as it is. Can you count on that in the second half? It's debatable, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's in the game for them down the stretch. Now let's take a moment here for a look at the upcoming schedule.
You take a look at the home team, you can already see they have the makings of a good team, but they also have things to iron out.
Splitting the first 2 games, this next one could indicate which direction they're headed. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Here's B. And it's Bennett in at the 5 spot. And that's the group for Chris Finch as we begin the second half. Has to be the 3. They get the rebound. Seattle trails by 5. And he's going for the lob. Here's Flash. The 3 ball. It's rebounded by Reyes.
Off to a bit of a slow start in the second half. 0 for 3 so far.
Out to the wing. Pass to T. Here's Hendricks. He's got 11. 6 to shoot. The baseline J is on the way. No good on that one. He's 5 for 8. Gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Here's Gaines. Here's B. Off the mark there with a 3.
That was a good possession. They got a clean look. The shot just didn't fall.
Now Young. Pass to Reyes. From the arc. Banks pulls it in. Shooting 47% on this one. Looking efficient. B battles through traffic and lays it in. B's got 20.
Finally, a make. It only took 5 attempts in the half.
Young looking over the floor. Pass to Hendricks. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Seattle shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for the away team, Hendricks. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Hits one, then misses the second attempt from the line. Gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Right wing. Here's the pick. Here's B. Misses the jumper from the wing. Seattle trails by 6. Inside. Lays it up and banks it in. Willis has got 8.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's B. Give him 20. Down low. Here's the 3. He buries it from 3. B's got 23 points.
This has been a running theme for him. Hit a number of threes in the first half. Now nails another.
Here's Reyes. He has 7. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Gotten only 2 of 7 shots to go in the third quarter. Pass to the prodigy. Here's B. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
I'd like to see him a bit more efficient. He has not been great this quarter.
Here's Reyes. The 3 is up. Bennett with a rebound.
And they have been cold coming out of the break. Only getting 1 of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Pass to the prodigy. Here's Banks. Guarded by Young. Banks, the pass to B. Fires the 3. Knocks down the long J. He's got 26.
As the deep shots continue to fall, you can sense the frustration growing among these defenders.
And
Timeout,
Seattle
timeout.
calls time here.
Yeah, they're hoping to turn things around with this timeout.
On the wrong side of a scoring run here, we might see a lineup change. I'll be pretty curious.
Change it up. All right, let's use this time to check out the teams with the most steals last year.
And this is a team that takes great pride in being aggressive on the defensive end. They take good risk and know when to go after opportunities for steals.
Here's Reyes. Yes, and a nice assist from Jackson. Reyes has got 9 points.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
Pass to the prodigy. Here's B. This one for 3. The rebound by Willis. Here's Ellis. The three-pointer off the mark. Shooting a solid 47%. Trent with it, and it's Young picking him up. Here's Gaines. Has to be. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. Seattle making a switch here. Clark's checked in.
Number 7. One shot.
Shooting one.
All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, drawing charges is an art. The Warriors' Brandon Podziemski led the league last season, and he said, I'm not going to jump with anybody at the rim and block them. This is another form of rim protection. And Brian, while some have labeled them dangerous and called for charges to be taken out of the game, they remain a winning play.
Yeah, that's a good point, Allie. Thanks.
Home team ball.
Shooting just about 33% since this second half started. Here's B. That's 29 for him. And the layup is good off the glass. B's got 13 in the second half.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Jackson surveying the D, and they call an illegal screen here.
He did a good job of taking care of the ball in the first half, but he's been pretty sloppy since the break with it.
Hendricks is checked in for Seattle. Shooting at a respectable 49%. Here's B. Clark covers. A minute and a half left in the third quarter. Oh, deflected. Mr. Clutch can't hit. Seattle trails by 10. Here's Reyes. 9 points in the game. Clark right side. Over to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Jackson for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Jackson's got 5.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you know it takes skill for you to get your shot up over a bigger guy. Little giant killer. That's impressive stuff.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Young's checked in. .55 seconds left in the third. Here's B. Give him 31 now. There's a screen from deep. And Young pulls it down. Young's got 4 rebounds now. Clark left side. Pass to Young. Goes up on the baseline. Doesn't go that time. Shooting just about 33% since this second half started. B, the pass to Bennett. And he converts the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Seattle trails by 9. Here's Hendricks. 12 points for him. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
There's 6 seconds left in the third quarter. Three-pointer. Drops in the 3. He's got 34 points. And here at the end of the third, it's a double-digit ball game. They lead by 12. After a quick break, we're coming right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. And Seattle, looking at who they've got. We've got Jackson, and it's Willis in at the 5. Here's Clark with the drive. Yep, count it.
Where's the rim protection? That's just too easy for him.
Shooting at 49% so far in the game. Over to the left wing. Here's B. Clark covers. And the basket by B.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight. And with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Here's Willis. Jackson outside. Takes the 3. Clock at 6. 1 minute in now in the fourth quarter. Pass to B. There's a screen. Launches it. The shot misses. Seattle trails by 12. And here's Clark. Young with it. 4-3. Hits the trifecta. Young's gone an efficient 3 for 5 from three-point range. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Here's B. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. B's got 39.
We've been watching him hold court out of the arc. Just an unforgettable performance tonight.
And here's Clark for 3. Rebounded by Trent. Gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Here's B. Clark covers. Here's B. Just 4 to shoot. From deep three-point land. A rebound by Willis.
Maybe he thinks he has that type of range, but I don't think his coaches will agree.
Yeah, and you're not going to just have the green light for long if you're chucking up bombs like that.
Clark's gone 1 for 4 from the field. Mr. Clutch passes to Trent, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Knew exactly where his teammate would be. That's a product of good chemistry.
And Seattle calls time here.
They have been pretty disgusting offensively. Too many miscues. They've got to get to the bottom of it.
Changing it up here. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Seattle's coach as he addressed his team. Coach was seething about the turnovers. He said, I love everything we're doing but the turnovers. They're killing us. Let's clean up that before it sinks us.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Reyes. To the wing on the left.
Home team foul. Number 2. First personal foul. First team foul.
Just about 3 minutes through the fourth and final quarter here. And there's a pick. Here he goes. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the away team, Reyes. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. He's perfect from the line this time. Gone 3 of 5 since this fourth quarter started. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's B. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Willis. Willis has got 5 rebounds tonight. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's Ellis. Drains the triple.
And that's a defensive lapse. A shooter of his caliber can't be left wide open.
Here's B. They set the pick. Fires it. Seattle pulls it in. Willis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Tompkins. Bennett with a rebound. Shooting about 43% since the fourth quarter began. Lets it fly. Banks. Misses the baby hook. Seattle trails by 9. T passes to Willis. Here's Hendricks. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Hendricks at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. So both teams making some changes here. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's B. Pass to Flash. To the inside. Here's B. And no good. The dry spell continues. Here's Tompkins. Takes it inside. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
I'm sure they wish they made this run sooner, but they've still got time to come away and steal this one.
Mind.
Gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in. Struggling this fourth quarter. Out left to the wing. Here's B. And there's the drive. Seattle pulls it in. Reyes has got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Willis. Here's Hendricks. Shot clock at 6. Young, the pass to Freak. Three-pointer off the mark. They're just trying to hold on to this lead, Grant.
And right now, you just can't afford to be careless.
Banks gets the bucket. Here's Hendricks. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Second personal foul.
All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Seattle.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful penetrating and getting offensive production.
They've also been striking from mid-range with great consistency tonight. They just owned that part of the floor in this one.
And he drops them first. And so he hits both.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
To the left side wing. Here's Banks. Off target from 3-point range. Here's Tompkins to the paint. Here's Hendricks. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
First team foul.
1:43 left to play in the fourth quarter. They set the pick. Here's Banks. Pure from 3-point range. Banks has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Third personal foul. Teams in the penalty. Shooting for Seattle. Hendricks. 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. The second free throw, no good. Tough break there.
Just a tough miss at the line. They're down 2 baskets now.
Picked it out of midair. Here's Hendricks. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter here. That's tipped. Shooting the rock well at 46%. Here's Flash. And it's rejected. Inside.
Full team foul. Number 7. First personal foul. Shooting for Seattle. Young. Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. second and 2 is good. And that narrows the lead down to just 3.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Here's Banks. Connects from downtown. And Seattle calls time here. From a coaching perspective, what are the keys to focus on here?
And they're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, no time to waste. They basically have to execute things perfectly from here on out.
.34 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Hendricks. Pass to Young. Here's Hendricks. Here's Willis. Got a hand on it. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, number 7.
And no good, as the first free throw misses. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second. And that makes it a 7-point lead. And Seattle calls time here. There's 18 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
Trying to extend this one, but it seems futile.
With timeouts, it's use them or lose them. So why not go down fighting?
Here's Willis. A 3 from the inbound. And he buries it. And now they trail by just 4.
And what were they thinking, leaving 3 guys, like 3, open on the perimeter? They got what they asked for.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Number 7. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Making no mistakes and putting some extra nails in the coffin right here. That'll pretty much do it.
Oh, he nails it! And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
Oh, he doesn't hit the first. That was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
2 shots.
And he does get the second one. And that puts him up 5. Freak passes to Willis. Here's Tompkins. And the miss. And so the home crowd treated to a win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Richard Jefferson, this is Brian Anderson. thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now our player of the game.